Today I've got an awesome multi-tool to talk to you about. This one right here looks very familiar. This is not a Leatherman. This is the Bibury. This is the Bibury 19-in-1 multi-tool with G10 handles. It's got some upgrades and we've got a little bit to talk about. Now the sheath that comes with this is very familiar. Bibury bits in the front pouch. These standard, I think these are the standard 3 bits that come with a fair amount of them. Flat bits, Phillips bits, some torque bits. Got this clip on the back, just a snap pouch like so. Now the tool is where it really begins to shine. I really like these G10 handles, and I'll compare them with a Leatherman Wave Alpha in a little bit, but I really like how bright these orange G10 handles are. I like the black look of the pliers. You'll notice, I think this is fascinating, that they went for more of a Leatherman Wave copy instead of some of the designs where it's almost like in this version that I ended up making from like an SQT, we have this combination of like the free and the wave plier, but in this one they went for a Leatherman Wave style. On the inside, roller markings, very nice. Diamond file, regular file, micro screwdriver, all can opener, wire stripper, nice large flat screwdriver. This side, 1/4 inch bit driver, double-sided, the Phillips and the flat. On the outside, serrated blade with a gut hook, scissors, the saw. Now when we get to the knife, this is the quickest I've seen from Bibury, Day Camping, Swiss Tech, any of those except Dokoyu has a special edition that is a little bit similar. I really like how it is very easy to deploy with that thumb stud. It just shoots right out there. Now, all the tools, everything looks really nice. I really like the ruler markings, but let's go ahead, try out the scissors. That is the one problem sometimes I have with these, especially with Bibury, is that the black ones with the coating, they do not cut as well. That might be the case with these, we'll see. Let's grab some paracord out here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know what it is, but whenever there's coating like this, it just ruins these scissors with Bibury. That is so unfortunate because I can show you numerous other examples from Bibury where they do so much better. So here's another set of Bibury scissors. These slice right through the paracord, no problem at all, but they do not have the coating on them. So far with this tool, I think it's a big win with everything except the scissors. Now, when we look at the box, it does look like they plan to bring this out in red, black, green, and orange. When we look at the back, 3CR13 is the main material, which a lot of times some of these search style clones from Bibury, I think, are listed as 2CR for the main material. Knife material is 7CR17. G10, it talks about the length, the weight, 260 grams. Bring out the scales here. 263 grams on my scale, 9.3 ounces. When we compare the Leatherman Arc on the left and the Bibury on the right, the Bibury looks a lot better because it's new, but the Leatherman has some dirt on the G10, I guess just sort of ingrained in there. I might need to clean it off a little bit, but I do like how bright the Bibury is brand new. Now, when we look at the Leatherman, there are some things I like about it. It has a nice wood saw. It has a nice diamond file and this file right here. The magnet cut blade is much better than the Bibury. Now, with the scissors, I don't know. I was thinking these scissors were a lot better, but only if you use the tip. Once you get further down, it doesn't cut as well unless you hold it just right. That is a little frustrating. The scissors are okay if you know how to use them. I already had the bar sort of pop out on here. These scissors don't feel as good as some from other companies. Unfortunately, I think those are a little bit of a weak point for Leatherman. Now, when we look at the pliers, pretty much, they almost look the same right there. On the inside, Leatherman will have its proprietary bit system. I think the Bibury wins with this, with their 1/4 inch bits, double-sided. And then I do like that the Bibury has ruler markings where Leatherman decided they couldn't on this model. On this side, very similar tool set to this Bibury actually. Now it does have a very small file on the inside versus the Alpha's large one, but all micro screwdriver, the large screwdriver like the Alpha has right here, and then the wire stripper can opener as Leatherman does on the other side. So all in all, a very similar tool set, except the Bibury does not have a large, it does not have the large file, and then it has the extra serrated blade that the Alpha does not. The Bibury 19-in-1 comes in at $60 if you can find it. Now, I think Bibury will restock this. Obviously, they had plans about making all these colors, but at the moment, they are out of stock. Unfortunately, I got this one, and then I've looked, and it seems like they're out of stock. Now, by the time this video goes up, they may be back in stock, so I thought it was fine to go ahead and make this video, but you can buy the day camping version online on AliExpress. This is the silver version. And with this one, it does come in the black G10 and also green, and then maybe another color or two, but I did go ahead and get the black version. This one is very similar with a gut hook, the serrated blade, scissors, the knife. Let's see if the knife works as good on this one. It does actually flick out pretty good right here on the day of camping. Saw on the inside, 1/4 inch bit driver, double-sided, micro screwdriver. So yeah, it looks like everything is exactly the same as the Bibury, except it is silver instead of black. And that is probably a good thing because I almost guarantee you the scissors will be a lot better. Let's check. All right, these scissors, yeah, no contest. These are far better than the Alpha. They feel far better and far better than the Bibury. All in all, I think you'll actually do better off buying this version from AliExpress. I will have links to AliExpress, and then as far as Bibury, I will link their titanium version. Not of this, but their titanium version, clone of the Wave, and then you can always keep a look at their store through that link and see what's going on. But yeah, I think these clones are becoming really, really good, and in some cases, some of the tools are definitely better than the Leatherman Wave Alpha. By that, I mean the bit driver and the scissors on this version at least do make a lot more sense than the Leatherman Wave Alpha. This is $200. I think this right here is about $45 on AliExpress, and this one was $60. Let's just measure these tools quick. This comes in around 10. Yeah, these come in around 10.5 centimeters, or getting the measuring tape over just over 4 inches, each one of these. Pretty much the same exact size as the Alpha, very, very close. These tools will end up just a hair bit thicker than the Leatherman Wave Alpha. If you want to go out on a limb and build your own, you can do like I did. I actually used a set of Leatherman charged scales. I can't remember. I might have bought these off of eBay for like $20. Someone was selling an extra pair of older style Leatherman charge scales. I took an SQT and I had to drill out, I think, the bottom of these pivots a little bit, and then these fit right in your SQT. You can swap the metal scales for these. They do take some patience, especially with these top pivots, trying to get the pliers to fit back correctly. But overall, it is a very unique experience, and it ends up looking really pretty nice. It doesn't completely go over the silver there like this will fit close together. You do have some metal showing, but it ends up looking pretty nice. Those are some options, and this premium tool, multi-tool market, I feel like is really becoming a lot more competitive. Let me know which tool you would prefer most.